6 pros and cons everyone should know before moving to Spring Hill. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Brandon Johns. I'm a real estate agent here in Nashville, and my partner Sam and I help families from all across the country, just like you, find their home here in Middle Tennessee. And I simply make these videos to help answer all your questions about Nashville and the surrounding areas. So when you decide to make the move here, give me a call or send me a text. And today I want to share with you everything that I know about Spring Hill after growing up here and living here, so that you can take this information and make the right decisions for you and your family. Now, number one is location. Now, the location of Spring Hill could be a pro or a con, depending on your lifestyle. But first off, Spring Hill actually ranked as one of the fastest growing cities in the entire nation in 2021. It increased at a 5.5% increase, with Spring Hill's population sitting over 50,000 people, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's increased at a faster rate since then. Spring Hill is located about 40 minutes south of Nashville, right off of I-65, and if you're not working from home, you're either going to be commuting to downtown Nashville or to the Franklin and Cool Springs area. So you're about 40 minutes from downtown Nashville and about 50 minutes from the airport, but that is when it's not rush hour. And if you're working in Cool Springs, you're about 15 to 20 minutes away, but it can get up to about 45 minutes if it's rush hour. Spring Hill's location makes sense for so many families because you have all of your necessary stores. You've got the grocery stores, you've got your big box stores like Target, Kohl's, but you're also only a short drive from Franklin and the Cool Springs area, which has literally everything that you can think of. Your Whole Foods, your Costco, your Sam's Club, and then the Cool Springs Galleria, which is the shopping mall that's got Dillard's, Macy's, Mountain High Outfitters, Pottery Barn, all those different types of stores. To learn more about Franklin and the Cool Springs area, we actually have a vlog tour and a pros and cons video just like this one linked in the description below. Overall, if you want great access but don't want to be in all of the Nashville action, then Spring Hill is a great suburb for you. Number two is community. Spring Hill is Southern hospitality to a T, and really at the heart of Spring Hill is just neighborhoods. Like I said, you've got all the necessary stores that you need, but really it's just neighborhood that's a walkable neighborhood surrounded by another walkable neighborhood and another walkable neighborhood. And growing up in Spring Hill, I knew firsthand what it was like riding my bike after school from a different neighborhood to a different neighborhood to hang out with different friends. And it just goes to show that Spring Hill is ideal for a family environment for kids growing up in these neighborhoods. Moving into a Spring Hill neighborhood, don't be surprised if you're welcomed with all these housewarming gifts from all of your neighbors, even if they have no idea who you are. That's a very typical thing here in Spring Hill. To expand on Spring Hill's community, under construction right now is the biggest development in Spring Hill's history, which is June Lake. It's going to have grocery store, walking trails, office buildings, restaurants, retail, apartments, hotels, single family homes. We do have a specific video covering all things June Lake, so if you want to know more information about the June Lake development, check that out in the description below. Although the Spring Hill community has grown so much over the past few years, it still has that small town feel, so if that's what you're looking for, Spring Hill should be at the top of your list. Number three is housing. And first off, Spring Hill has a 75% home ownership rate, meaning 75% of all the homes are owner occupied. Also, Spring Hill's average household income is $92,000. Your property tax is 74 cents for every $100 of assessed property value. And the lowest price home that sold in the last 90 days sold for $255,000. And the highest price home in Spring Hill that sold in the last 90 days sold for $1,225,000. And the current highest active listing on the market right now is just under $1.3 million, while the median sales price is around $530,000. For Spring Hill in general, you're not going to find anything really over that $1.2 million mark right now, unless it's just sitting on some acreage. By the way, we just did a video on a specific new construction home in the Spring Hill area. You can actually check that out right here, or it'll be linked in the description below. But also we have a property tours channel where we tour homes all across Middle Tennessee. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you check that out as well. Now, something to note, the Nashville area and Spring Hill in particular has a relatively stable market compared to the rest of the country. Now, I'm not saying there's going to be an 18 to 24% increase like we saw over the last couple of years, but there will still be some growth, but it'll just be more at like a normal market pace. We're also starting to see multiple offer situations again on homes that are priced right. So if you're looking to buy a home in the area, now's a great time to start the process. I know interest rates aren't as favorable as they were a year ago, but it's important to have the right team in place to figure out all the different options that you have. When we first meet our clients, I recommend that they do what we call a Smart Start meeting. It's where we sit down with me and my my team and we answer all of your questions, figure out exactly what you're looking for, and just kind of clear up everything that might be clouding your judgment and give you a path forward. Our schedule is getting extremely busy, especially because spring is right around the corner. So if you're interested in a Smart Start meeting, make sure you shoot us an email, send us a text, and we'll get one scheduled for you. Number 4 is the schools. Now, depending on where you live inside of Spring Hill will determine whether you go to a Murray County school or a Williamson County school. If you've seen a few of our other videos, I'm sure you've already heard us talk about the difference between Williamson County and Murray County schools. But I just want to reiterate that if schools are important to you, you want to make sure you're either in Murray County or Williamson County, depending on what you're looking for. First of all, let's just cover Williamson County schools. I actually grew up in the Williamson County side of Spring Hill, and I attended a Williamson County school. But Williamson County schools are actually ranked top in the state of Tennessee and ranked high in the nation as well. You've got a total of 50 different Williamson County schools between elementary all the way up to high school. But we're just gonna talk about the schools that you'll be zoned to if you're living in Spring Hill. Your options are basically going to be 2 different high schools, 3 different middle schools, and 6 different elementary schools. Now, one thing to note is the zoning gets a little wonky because there's so much population growth in Williamson County. You might have a school right across the street, but you may be zoned to a different one. So that's just Williamson County, so make sure you also check your zoning. Don't just look on Google Maps. So a snapshot of Williamson County schools, there's 42,000 students. The teacher to student ratio is 16:1. Graduation rate is 97%. Average ACT score is a 25 composite, and there were 39 perfect scores last year. There was also over $100 million in scholarships accepted last year by students, and there was 28 state championships among the different schools. Now, if you work in the education field, Williamson County Schools has a ton of different options. They employ over 7,200 people, and about 3,500 of them are teachers. Also, the average teacher salary is $57,000, and 60% of teachers have a master's degree or higher. Now, it's hard to compete with the top school district in the state, but let's take a look at Murray County schools. You have 4 different Murray County schools in the Spring Hill area, 1 high school, 1 middle school, and 2 elementary schools. There's a total of 12,700 students in Murray County schools. You have a 15:1 teacher-student ratio, graduation rate of 89%, and the average ACT score is 18.4. Now on to number 5, entertainment. So Spring Hill's entertainment comes down to essentially outdoor parks, a movie theater, and a golf course. So if that's all that you like to do, then perfect. But if you're looking for a bowling alley, laser tag, trampoline parks, escape games, or just a shopping mall to walk around, that's all going to be in Franklin and Cool Springs, about that 25-ish, 20-minute drive away. But I don't want to skip over what Spring Hill's parks have to offer. You've got outdoor playgrounds, multiple different parks. There's a skate park. You've got lots of walking trails, hiking trails. So if you love the outdoors, you've got a lot of different options right out your backyard in Spring Hill. We have a Spring Hill vlog tour where we touch on specific parks. So if you haven't seen that video, make sure you check that out. It'll be linked in the description below. Now, last but not least, number 6 is traffic. Spring Hill has a pretty massive traffic problem, and it kind of goes along with every other city in Middle Tennessee. There's just a traffic problem in general. But if you went back probably 20 years, even 10 years, to the Spring Hill city planners and you told them that they'd be one of the fastest growing cities in the nation, none of them would believe you. So there was no planning for this much growth, really in just Middle Tennessee in general. So the infrastructure is not there. Spring Hill's Main Street is a 2-lane road, and really anywhere that you try to go to get out of Spring Hill is a 2-lane road. It's not standstill traffic, although sometimes it seems like it, but there's just a big traffic problem. And like I said, surrounded by neighborhoods, so it's hard to really fix the issue at this point. There is the new development like June Lake, and which is going to bring the new I-65 interchange, which is going to alleviate some of the traffic. You're going to be able to get on I-65 a lot quicker instead of going down these 2-lane roads to get out to different exits. So that should help a little bit, but there's just a traffic problem, and I would be lying to you if I didn't call that out in this video. So those are my top 6 pros and cons. I hope it gives you a little more insight into Spring Hill and what it would be like to live here. Like I said, we have a vlog tour and also a Spring Hill map tour, as well as Spring Hill neighborhood tours. Those will all be linked in the description, or you can go on our channel and check out the Spring Hill playlist. So like I said, all of our videos are here to answer all of your questions before you move to the Nashville area. But when you're ready to move, make sure you reach out to us, send us a text, shoot us an email. We'll set up a Smart Start meeting and we'll help you every single step of the way. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.